Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to give you a bit of an update of what's been happening in my life as a full-time affiliate marketer, blogger and YouTuber. Now it's been a really interesting couple of weeks, to be honest. First of all, I wanted to have a quiet couple of weeks and just really knuckle down on some of the content, producing content on my websites. But as always happens, a spanner was thrown in the works. So let me explain some of the main things that's been happening and kind of some of the things that's been worrying me over the past couple of weeks. So first of all, let's start with a lawsuit. Yeah, as the thumbnail shows, I was recently contacted by somebody from a solicitor or a company that says a solicitor or a lawyer has been trying to track you down. Now, I often get these emails and it's usually from people wanting a backlink. I get lots of emails from people saying, hey, you've used my image, please link back to my website and we'll let the matter drop. Things like that. They're just after a backlink. So I tend to ignore them. But one thing caught my eye on this email was that the fact that they wasn't actually asking for a backlink or anything. They were actually just referring to one article that I'd written. And I'm not going to mention the articles because, again, I think it's all sorted and I don't want another lawsuit. But basically, I'd written an article about a certain fruit. And I had said how you could grow this fruit. So it was kind of a grower's guide to this type of fruit. Now, I didn't really say anything negative in the article, and it was quite a positive article, and I don't even think I kind of referenced the company too much, but I mentioned the name of this fruit, which is trademarked. Now, this company had a bit of a grudge against me using their name and suggesting that you could grow this fruit. Now, I think this is because they want to be the only grower of this fruit and they don't sell the seeds or they don't encourage people to grow this fruit. They want to be the sole supplier of this fruit, which is fair enough, that's their core business. And they didn't like the fact that I'd written this article, and also, what was more interestingly enough, they didn't like the fact that I'd added a YouTube video, which was their video. I simply embedded it from YouTube using the share button like anybody supposedly can do. And I believe, and I still believe, that that is free and legal to be able to do that. Now, they didn't like that as well. They didn't like the fact that I'd used the video. They said that it looked like their video was endorsing my article, which they obviously hadn't done. So this weekend, it's been my anniversary, my wedding anniversary, and me and the wife went away for a few days, and it was tarnished a little bit by having this hanging over my head because I was constantly thinking about it. And it also got me thinking about the bigger picture of being able to be sued for copyright or trademark infringement or whatever that may be. And it made me start thinking about kind of possibly the insurance I might need on my website and the business as a whole. Do I need to have insurance to protect me against this? Now, luckily enough, this lawyer was pretty amicable. They basically just said, listen, the company contacted us, we've tracked you down, we know you've wrote the article, and all they're asking for is you just either change quite a few things on the article to get rid of the name of the fruit, or basically take the article down. And, I could have argued the point, I definitely could have argued the point that I believe it is, comes under Creative Commons license on YouTube that you can embed a video in your article, and I don't think they would have had a leg to stand on that. But do I have the manpower and the money to actually argue this for an article that made, a couple of dollars a month through ad revenue? It really, really wasn't worth the fight. And to be honest, if I started getting the backs up and arguing and stuff, it could have got into a really serious lawsuit. So I just agreed in the end to actually just take the article down. And over the weekend, while I was sat on a beach, I was emailing them saying, this is what I'm going to do. Are you happy? And they confirmed, yes, you just take that article down and we're good. There's no further action will be taken, and we'll leave it at that. So that's what I've done, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that is the end of that matter. But yeah, it did get me thinking about insurance and whether you need it, and it also got me thinking about the type of content I'm writing as well, and could this happen in the future? So I might be a little bit wary about certain products I might review and certain blog posts I might write. So yeah, it did get me thinking, and it was the first time I've actually really taken one of these cases seriously. Now, if you get any emails or demands for things like, you're going to be sued unless you do this, usually one of the best things you can do is check the lawyer or the solicitor that they're referencing in that letter. A lot of scammers will basically pick a law firm and they'll say, I'm from this law firm and I'm running this case. And actually, when you go on the website of the law firm, that person doesn't exist. Or you might contact that person. They say, no, we've got nothing to do with that. Don't know what you're talking about. But in my case, I researched the solicitor with the help and advice from a friend of mine who I reached out to, and she says, she's got a lot of experience in law, and she said that lawyer is genuine. She's a genuine lawyer and they deal with this sort of matter. So I knew in my case it was real, but many cases you'll check that lawyer and you'll contact them and say, why you sue me for an article? And they go, don't know what you're on about, we've never contacted you. And that's just scammers pretending to be a lawyer to scare you into doing something. And that something is usually linking back to their website. So they get a really valuable backlink from your website just because they claim to own an image or a name of a product or whatever that might be. So yeah, it's been a worrying time of the last few days due to that, but fingers crossed, I think we're over that now and I can just get back to normal day-to-day life. So speaking of day-to-day life, I've also come back from Barcelona recently. Last week, I was over in Barcelona. I was at a trade conference, which is to do with affiliate marketing, and I was there for a couple of reasons. Number one, to try and learn some more about the industry myself, see if there's any new possibilities or opportunities I can go into. Can I, look at something else away from blogging? And I wanted to learn some new techniques and processes and hopefully pick up some tips. So I went there for that reason. Secondly, I also went there as part of the affiliate gathering. I went to see how other shows and other conferences run their events to hopefully pick up some tips to make the affiliate gathering, which is on the 19th of May 2023. That's when the next one is. And I wanted to see if we can make that even better. And to be fair, I picked up some good things that we can use. And I also learned a few things we don't want to be and don't want to do. We want to keep our event very personal, very friendly, focused on content creators and kind of all about you and me and just the people who are in this industry rather than the tools and the products and stuff like that. So yeah, I learned a lot. It was a lovely place. Barcelona is an amazing place to visit, much bigger than I thought it was. We were having to get 30-minute Uber rides to get to places because it was just so big, but a beautiful place. And I was lucky enough to have a few days there and come back really inspired and keen to implement some of the things I'd seen and learned. So let me just touch on that a little bit. Some of the things I learn as bloggers and niche website builders is the type of niches people are going for. I've always been very narrow in my niche and very specific, but the majority of people that were speaking on stage and had stalls at the event were all talking about how broad the niches are that you should go for. And a lot of them were also talking about how competitive niches are really good to go into. And I was really shocked at that. Your money, your life type niches, health, beauty, fitness, they were saying you should really go into that. And the analogy they got in that was, if you're going after a very, very small niche, kind of a small pond, big pond scenario, you go into that small pond, you have to be the absolute world expert in that niche because there's not that many people looking and searching for that topic, but when they do, they're usually quite knowledgeable people and they know that little niche inside out. So the information you provide has to be spot on. Now, if you go for a larger niche, you can get away with not being an absolute industry expert because the niche is so wide and so broad that you can cover so many different topics, and you could get something slightly wrong. You might not produce the best content in the world, but it might still rank and it might still get traffic. Obviously, you do want to be able to try and produce the best content you can, but I kind of got what they were saying. These very tiny niches, you have to be 100% spot on. Whereas with the bigger, broader niches, there is a little bit of flexibility to be maybe not the world leading expert on that topic. So I found that really interesting. I also found really interesting some of the affiliate offers that are out there, particularly like say healthcare products and gaming and things like dating apps and things like that. The affiliate commissions they were offering were astronomical, and it blew my mind. There's me thinking of Amazon, making my 2% commission and hopefully getting that 50-cent commission, whereas they were talking about $200, $300, $400 per commission or per sale, which was, it really opened my mind. It was mind-blowing and it really opened my mind. And like they were saying is, in these bigger competitive niches, you don't need 70, 80,000 page views per month to make a really good income. You just need a couple of thousand, 2, 3, 4,000 targeted visitors to your site can lead to some substantial commissions. So again, that really opened my eyes and it made me look at the niches that I'm in and possibly some of the niches I might try in the future. Will I try supplements or fitness or that kind of thing and go after some of these high paying affiliate programs? Yeah, I am considering doing that. So it was really good to see that. It got me inspired and it got me really deep diving into the industry that I'm in and looking for some new opportunities. So that was really good. Now, one of the other things I did when I was there, I also met the owners of Writersonic. You can see there behind me. It's an AI tool that can help you obviously generate content. Now, in the past, I've only really used Jasper AI, and now I'm playing around with Writersonic. Now, one of the reasons I'm doing this, you may be thinking, why are you even considering AI content? Well, it was after watching a video by Sean Mars, and Sean said in that video how many of his friends have quality websites that are 100% original, organic, and perfectly built. And these websites have huge amounts of traffic and they have huge amounts of authority. Now, you would think they would be safe as houses. We're told to build websites exactly in that manner. Now, after the last Google Core update, many of those sites actually got really badly hit.
So just to quickly touch on AI content, because I'm going to start playing around with that for this project, and there's a few reasons for that. The most important one is the May 2022 core algorithm update. Some of my closest friends, some of them I've worked with or spoken to about blogging for years, got absolutely wiped out, and they do some of the best blogs I know. They actually own the products they talk about. If they're talking about a product, they often do a YouTube video with the same branding as their blog, and they'll show the product and how you use it in it. They have very, very long form, in-depth content, and they just got obliterated in the update. So I'm leaning more towards what's the point in doing all of this manually with your content when you can just use AI and write it that way.
So Sean was talking about how, if that's going to happen, why don't you just use AI tools and just quickly build websites and rank them fast, put hundreds of articles on there, and if you rank and if you do well for as long as you can, great. If it then gets hit, so what? That huge investment in cash has not been put into these sites because you've used a really cheap tool like AI. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you just hit publish on any type of crap content that AI tools put out. And believe me, they do put out some crap if you do not know how to use them. But he was saying, you should use them in a way of speeding up the process. Now, like I said, I got a demonstration of Writersonic from the owner when I was in Barcelona, and I was blown away by the speed of it. That was the thing, the speed of it. You simply just put a title in, click generate, it gives you 5 or 6 title options. You then click intro, it gives you 5 or 6 intro options. Once it knows the title and the intro, you then click go and it'll give you all your subheadings that you should write. So basically everything you should cover in that article. Once you're happy with those, you simply click write and you tell it how much to write. So you might say 1,500 words, top quality, write. And within 20 seconds, boom, you have 1,500 words, all paragraphed off, all nicely formatted. It's brilliant. Now, Like I said, don't get me wrong, you know, it does sometimes put out incorrect information because it's basically just grabbing what it sees from the internet, and that's not original and it's not a world-class piece of content. And I get that, and you should always try, if you can, to write your own original research content. Now, please do not get me wrong, don't misquote me on that. All I'm saying is these AI tools do have a purpose. And since coming back from Barcelona, I've been using them really to kind of outline some articles. So I've been testing with a new writer rather than letting them write the whole thing. I've been testing out if it's possible to simply put the title, the intro, and create the subheadings myself, which takes about 15 minutes, and then click go and let it publish some content, then send that over to the writer and get them to fact check it, delete something, add something in it, and just see if that's a speedier way of producing content. It'll still be good content because they're still going to fact check it, they're still going to delete and add some original content to it, but if the bulk of the article is already there, will that speed the process up? I'm not too sure. Now, I have actually run some of the articles that Writesonic produced through Copyscape, and they came back clear. So that was a concern for me, but it seems okay. I've run 3 through Copyscape, 1,500 words written by Writesonic without changing a word, and they came back clear on Copyscape. So that was kind of a green tick in my box. But mainly the speed and the process, that's what I want to see. So could I bang out 10 articles in a day on this within a few hours, send them over to a writer, and they spend half a day cleaning them up, tidying them up, fact checking them, and then sending them back to me, and I'm only getting charged a small amount, rather than being charged for 10 complete articles to be written from scratch. Like I say, it's just something I'm playing with. Not saying you should do that, and I'm always going to try and produce original content if I can, but it is something that I'm playing around with. So, I mean, if you want to check Writesonic out, again, you know me, I'm an affiliate marketer. There will be an affiliate link in the description. Check it out. I think you get 6,000 free credits. So I managed to produce 2 articles from them free credits just to test it. But I have now got a plan with them, a full, complete, paid monthly plan. I'm paying for it myself, and I'm testing it out further. And like I say, I just want to see if there's any way I can use the tool as part of my process, rather than banging millions of words out each month that are unchecked and factually incorrect. So don't get me wrong on that, I'm not doing that. So other than that, it has been business as usual, publishing content. I have produced a lot of content for my new website, my travel website that I mentioned in my income reports, and I've also published a lot of original great content over on Gardenia Organic, my aged website case study. Now, I will do a full income report on that. I think it is due one. I said I wouldn't go into a really detailed report on that, but I am going to flash up on the screen and show you some stats and some numbers, because it still is impressive, it still is growing, and it's not being hit, touch wood, by any core updates or anything like that. So I think you might find that information really interesting. The other thing I'm doing is I'm revamping carlbroadbent.com. I really want to give away a lot of free valuable resources. So I'm already in the process of revamping that website. I'm going to really build that website around kind of think of courses or then modules you get in courses, but I'm just going to give them away for free. Yes, I'm going to collect email addresses from giving them away for free, but I'm not going to build a course or anything. Now, I've already started to give some of my resources away for free. So if you want to check the description out, there's a link to my income tracking spreadsheet, and there's also a link to my free keyword planner. So that's the keyword sheet that I use to track all the content on my website. I track what I'm publishing, when it was published, who wrote it, etc. And that's the tool that I use every day in my business, and I also use it on Keyword Care as well. But I'm going to give that for free, and again, there is a link in the description if you want that free resource. But yeah, I'm going to revamp carlbroadbent.com over the next 6 months. I'm going to really focus on a lot of free, valuable resources for you guys. So that's it. I mean, it's been a busy couple of months. Barcelona and my wedding anniversary and being sued. Yeah, it's been up and down roller coaster of a couple of weeks, but hey, that's what you get being an affiliate marketer. So that's it for today. If you're in the UK, by the way, today is Monday. We are expecting the hottest day on record tomorrow. So that's one of the reasons why I got this video out today, because it's already 35 degrees in here, which for the UK that's hot. I don't know where you are, but in the UK that is really, really hot. And tomorrow's expected to be the hottest day ever recorded. So I don't think I'll be sitting at the computer. I don't think I'll be in front of a camera. I think I'll be just sat with a cold drink somewhere in the shade. So if you are in the sunshine, please do take care, put that sunblock on. If you're in the UK, we are not used to this weather conditions, so please take all the necessary precautions you need. We don't want you getting sunburnt, it's not nice. So that's it for now. The next video will probably be my update for Gardenia Organic. I'll just give you a brief update on what's happening on that website, and then after that, we'll see what videos come out. But for now, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you very soon. Don't forget, those links are in the description. Bye bye for now.